Shalom, Shabbat Shalom to everyone that's in the Hebrew Israelite faith. I pray you all are having an amazing Sabbath like I have. I have truly enjoyed this Sabbath. Thank you again for tuning in to Free Culture Assembly here with Morag Kana. We're getting the channel started, so I don't have many subscribers. So while you're here, while you're watching this replay, I want you to hit subscribe, share it to your Hebrew Israelite faith, share it specifically to those that maybe you have family members, maybe you have other people that you wish to evangelize to that says they don't understand where you're coming from. They don't understand what Hebrew Israelite faith is about. That's what Free Culture here Assembly is to do, is to guide those that are new to the faith, give them the basics, give them the basic equipment, like basic training, so that they'll know and they will understand what the faith is about, and so they'll know what they're subscribing to, and that they will know what they're believing in, and the God that we serve. So thank y'all for tuning in. I bless y'all. Shalom. Today we're going to get into the common Hebrew words that we are commonly hear in the Hebrew community. If you haven't seen, I already have 2 videos already up. One is an introduction onto the channel, and the second one, it just talks about a little bit more about the Hebrew Israelite faith. And then now we're going to talk about the common Hebrew words that we are typically hear, whether if we're in fellowship or we in a community setting, or if you at someone's ministry. These are words that I found that I commonly have observed and commonly heard. Now, of course, there's plenty more that I may not have listed or may not have said, and so that's what I'm going to say. So the first one is shalom. So the shalom is basically a greeting, meaning peace. Basically, you'll hear all of us say shalom, 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 shalom. Even when we sing the song shalom, there's a song called Shalom. If you listen to Aaron Jason, most people don't listen to him, but I listen to him. So he has a song specifically called Shalom. So anyway, that's something else. I'm going to actually give you a playlist on some things coming up for music as well. But the next word you want to hear is the ak. So ak in Hebrew means brother. So you'll hear, hey ak, hey ak, hey ak, aki, aki, or stuff like that. So if they say ak, that means one brother. If they say ak, yes. If they say ak, is like one brother, I believe. Don't get me twisted on that. And then they say aki. It's like a plural for it, if I'm not mistaken. Don't hold me to that. But if you hear ak, though, that means brother. So if you hear a koti, you'll hear that means sister. So hey a koti, hey a coat, hey coat. Or actually, here we go. I remember now. So aki will be my brother, and ak just means plain brother. A coat means sister. A koti will mean my sister. So that's how that goes. Thank you. Amen. Yahuwah is a blessing. I remember quickly what that was. So those are the variations of that word. And then you have isha, which means woman. Most people try to say that means wife, but as you continue to look at more Hebrew words in different studies, you'll get into a more bigger breakdown of what each word means. So, and we'll actually have a resource here that I'm going to tell you about, and I'll show you the difference between that word as well as it's laid out in this book that I have to show you. Torah, you'll hear Torah, that means thank you. You hear, I forgot to write this down, but you hear Cain, that means yes. Cain, yes. Lo means no. Also, I'm adding more words that I haven't listened to. Bo means come. Those are actual words, or those are more like command words. Well, bo is more like a command word. Bo, like come here. Then you got Laila Tov, which means good night. And then you have Boker Tov, which means good morning. You have Doda, which means aunt. You have Abba, meaning father. You have Ima, meaning mother. You have Yeladim, meaning children. And many other words that you guys will hear as you go. Those are just the basics that I could give you. Oh, Aladavar, meaning welcome. those are just some of the basics that you'll be like, what are they saying? Because especially if you go to a Hebrew community setting and maybe you just keep hearing those words thrown around, and you're like, what are they talking about? Because they're not going to explain why they're talking, because all of us have the knowledge of knowing what those words mean. So when you go in there, you won't be like, oh my gosh, like a culture shock, like what the heck are they saying? You will have some basic knowledge. That's what this video is for you to have a basic hearing and a knowledge of what some of the words that we have used. Oh, also, bane. If you hear the word bane, that means son. Bane means son. If you hear bat means daughter. So bat is daughter, bane is son. So those are two different other words that you will hear as well. Any other things come to mind? I don't have any right now, but those are the main and fresh ones on my mind. And that just comes from being a Hebrew over time and then being in the community spaces. What are some of the books, some of the resources I'm going to refer you to? I have a book. You can go actually on Facebook and type in Hebrew Library. If you go on the Facebook, type in Hebrew Library, it's a group. You should be able to get on this group. There are a lot of PDFs to the books that I'm going to share with you as well. Some of these don't have PDFs, but some of them do have PDFs. One of the books that I also recommend, is the Hebrew Lexicon book. Now that is not like for your beginners. That's kind of like the first book that I went to. That was like the first book I went to, but that's more like for roots of words, which you have to go a little bit further than learning what the root of a word means. That's why you have the Blue Letter Bible. You can also, some people frown upon those resources, but I still find some of it until you get a little deeper on the surface. Go ahead and use your Blue Letter Bible. Everybody ain't that deep, okay? Everybody got to start somewhere, right where we started. So go to your Blue Letter Bible, go to your Strong's Concordance. All those things are very good when you're studying. That's that. Everybody ain't got into interlinears and stuff like that yet, because they don't even know the basics. So we got to start the people somewhere. So one of the books done, this is volume 2, but this author, Jeff Benner, is a very good author. He actually has a volume 1. I have it on my computer. It's on my laptop. Don't have it to show you because it's on my laptop. But he has how to basically read Hebrew. So it's very basic on how he lays it out. And then this is volume 2 though. Volume 2, this is Learn to Read Biblical Hebrew. So in the first book, you'll get a lot of the alphabet words and stuff like that. And then the how to put some words together, basic stuff there. But then it goes a little bit more in depth in this book. So that's one of the resources. Now another, as a woman, I definitely highly recommend this book. Most people frown. Some people, I ain't gonna say most people, I've heard mixed reviews on this book. However, I have had nothing but good success from reading this book. I recommend this to any woman. A lot of people will probably frown upon her because of the fact that the reason why I say that, because I'm gonna do a video on this as well. Some women are into polygyny and some women are not. Some want just monogamy. Huda is one of the individuals that is against polygyny. That don't mean that she can't teach Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? So that's the bottom on that. So, but this is a good book. A Wise Woman Builds Your Home. Whether if you a monogamous woman or a polygynous woman, this is still a good resource to read, because you don't want to be that woman that have literally shot gunshot holes in your boat and now you're about to sink. And then you're teaching everybody how to float. I mean, you're teaching everybody and you the main one poking holes in your own boat. That don't work like that. Recommend this book. A Wise Woman Builds Their Home and Not Tears It Down. But it has basic Hebrew words in here. I'm not going to go over it, but it has the bride here as wife, which is Kala, some of the basic Hebrew words, and then Isha is more like a female. So that's that. I'm not going to go into detail on that. Now, one of the games that I recommend is this Echad. Now, just because this is fun for you and the kids, because this is basic Hebrew letters, and basically you can play Uno with it, but you can just make sure that you all are knowing the letters of the alphabet. is usually where we start. For kids, I recommend going to the Shavanya Show. You can go to the Shavanya Show and get those details as well. For kids, that's my favorite for my kids, and my kids are 3, well, mainly the one that's learning it. She's 3 years old, and she loves the Shavanya Show. It goes over Hebrew words, Hebrew letters, alphabet, goes over days of the week, colors, animals, stuff like that. Very good for kids. That's on YouTube. It's called the Shavanya Show. But yeah, these are some of the Hebrew. Once you learn your letters, you can play card. You can play Uno with it. But yes, I got this from the Judaica store. It's more of a Jewish store over there in Decatur, Georgia, but you can visit. It's a Judaica store right across from Amir's, which is a excellent restaurant to go eat at. Well, that's all I have to share with you all. I kept this under 30 minutes, actually way under 30 minutes, not even 12 minutes, you guys. I did so well. I love you all. Shabbat shalom. Y'all have a great rest of your evening.